Roller coaster day for cryptocurrencies in what has been a wild week, losing $125 billion in total market cap.
The value of the cryptocurrency Bitcoin raced to an all-time high today. The new price is above $72,000.
Bitcoin is worthless artificial gold.
We haven't even got to the start line of cryptocurrencies.
Bought by a notorious cryptocurrency scammer.
$8 billion gone. Gone.
He said if you're trading this, it's like watching other people trading turds and deciding you want to get a piece of that.
Bitcoin and pretty much every single other kind of crypto coin has crashed over 60 or 70%.
The fastest growing scams out there, one that tricked Americans out of more than $1 billion last year. We're talking about cryptocurrency fraud, and one local man says it destroyed his life.
I could care less what Bitcoin trades for, how it trades, why it trades, who trades it. If you're stupid enough to buy it, you'll pay the price for it one day.
Previously, I made a video about the creation of money and how banks and governments can create inflation and even an economic crisis. Today, we'll be talking about money's digital counterpart, cryptocurrency. Crypto has been the cause for a lot of debate. Where tech experts claim it's the future, financial experts claim crypto is not to be trusted. I wasn't too sure of either option, so I decided to find out for myself. Is crypto the future, or is it just another scam?
Where is it going? It's probably going to 100, then 150, then 200,000.
On the Bitcoin, there are use cases. AML, fraud, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance, sex trafficking. Those are real use cases, and you see it being used for hundreds, maybe 50 or $100 billion a year for that.
I mean, look, I think this technology is inevitable. I think this is the future of the internet, so I think over time you will see greater and greater acceptance.
Like many of you, I've seen the countless questionable crypto traders flexing their wealth on social media, driving expensive cars and living in elite countries.
1, 2, 3.
I don't know about you, but when I see someone living like that, I only think, how? How can someone earn so much money they can live like that, allegedly? Let's start at the beginning. What is cryptocurrency? The name crypto comes from cryptography. That is the study and practice of sending secure, encrypted messages or data between two or more parties. The word crypto comes from the Latin word crypto. The core idea behind cryptocurrency is to make a monetary and payment system that is not dependent on banks or governments. Transactions happen directly between people, without a bank or central authority involved. And to clarify, that isn't a bad thing. In one of my previous videos, I explained that the interference of banks or governments can create inflation and even an economic crisis. Very simply put, when banks print more money, there will be more money chasing the same amount of goods and services, driving prices up and reducing the value of each dollar. This is inflation. And just to be clear, inflation is bad. So a decentralized currency that is not reliant on banks or governments is not a bad idea. It all started with Bitcoin. In late 2008, a link to a white paper titled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, was published by Satoshi Nakamoto, an anonymous person or group of people. In the white paper, Satoshi proposes a digital currency that eliminates the need for banks. It does this by using cryptography and a public ledger called blockchain to securely record transactions. And in early 2009, the Bitcoin network was created when Nakamoto mined the first block of the chain. What's important to know is that Bitcoin is in a way mined. Bitcoin miners are in a way the muscle behind the network. They compete with powerful computers to solve complex puzzles, verifying transactions and securing the network. In exchange for Bitcoin rewards, the winner gets to add their block of transactions to the permanent record, officially confirming those payments. This process also secures the network by making it nearly impossible to tamper with the records. The math puzzles the miners have to solve become more complex over time. Bitcoin also has a maximum of 21 million bitcoins that could exist at a time, and the mining reward is halved every 4 years. All of this is keeping the block creation time at the right speed, and that is very important, because it keeps the Bitcoin market from being flooded with Bitcoin, what would cause inflation. Keep in mind that this is a very oversimplified explanation. After all, this video is called "Is crypto a scam?" and not "What is crypto?" The idea behind Bitcoin sounds pretty solid. And in 2011, 2 years after the first Bitcoin was mined, more cryptocurrencies started to emerge. They are called alt or alternative coins. There are more than 9,000 different cryptocurrencies. The biggest two of them all are Bitcoin and Ethereum, at least at the moment of making this video. The rest of the cryptocurrencies are relatively small. Bitcoin is often seen as a store of value, similar to gold. Some people hold Bitcoin for long-term investments or as a hedge against inflation. Ethereum is a more versatile platform that goes beyond just currency. It's primarily known for its smart contracts. Smart contracts are like mini programs stored on the internet. They can automatically follow instructions when certain conditions are met, and that can be used to build decentralized applications. For example, virtual items in games could be stored on a blockchain using smart contracts, making them truly owned by the players and tradable without relying on a game company. There are thousands of altcoins, each with its own unique features and goals. Some aim to be a faster and cheaper payment system than Bitcoin, while others focus on specific applications, but even more are absolutely useless. And they are called shitcoins. But more on that later. For clarification, we have Bitcoin and altcoins. Now, unlike gold, these cryptocurrencies do not have any real value because they're purely digital. However, the money we use in our day-to-day lives, also known as fiat currency, also has no real value, except that we, the people, agree that it has value. The big difference between money and crypto is that money is globally accepted as payment and surprisingly is also accepted by banks. So you can actually buy things with it. And yes, I know you can also buy some things with crypto, but crypto is way less accepted than fiat currency. So if crypto doesn't have real value because it's globally less accepted and it's purely digital, then why use it at all? Like I said earlier, just like money, we the people decide if something has value. And right now there are a lot of people that say Bitcoin has value. Even in the beginning of Bitcoin, there was a particular group of people that loved the idea of making transactions without a bank being involved. And for them, Bitcoin definitely has value. On the dark web, criminals use Bitcoin to buy all kinds of illegal products. And because the Bitcoin and other cryptos are relatively new, governments have a lot of trouble detecting criminal activity. Even though transactions on Bitcoin's blockchain are public, which means anyone can see every transaction that's being made, it's incredibly hard to spot criminal activity. There are hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin transactions daily, and criminals use various tactics to stay under the radar, like using offshore accounts or fake identities. But every year it becomes more difficult for criminals to remain undetected. Governments are constantly looking for better ways to analyze and spot criminal transactions. But it will take years before the bad guys can't use crypto anymore. And the criminal economy is huge, like trillions of dollars huge. So I'm pretty sure Bitcoin won't disappear overnight. The idea behind Bitcoin is good. The mining of Bitcoin is great, and the public blockchain is even better. In the past, famous people influenced the price of Bitcoin with a single tweet or action. Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, tweeted that his company Tesla would now accept payments by Bitcoin, causing the price of Bitcoin to rise with more than 10%. Later, he reversed that decision because of environmental reasons caused by the mining of Bitcoins, and the price decreased with 10%. But that doesn't make Bitcoin a scam. We tend to forget that paper currency took centuries before it reached the stability it has today. It wasn't until the development of the central banking system and concepts like the gold standard that a more stable paper currency came to be. And this process took centuries, not years. Bitcoin is still in its early years, and in a couple of decades the market might have matured, making it more stable and making actions of people like Elon Musk obsolete. After careful consideration, I can conclude for myself that Bitcoin is not a scam. That leaves me with 9,000 other cryptocurrencies.
The fraudsters are coming out of the woodwork during COVID, like rats escaping from a sinking ship.
You might see an ad or stories saying you can make money fast investing in cryptocurrencies, but many of these are linked to scams.
According to the FBI, there's a major new category called crypto dating scams.
Scams involving cryptocurrency are fooling even the highest government officials, leaving them asking, where's the money?
An Ajax senior recently lost $80,000.
It was hard. It was hard because we lost everything.
That doesn't sound great, but it does make my next point a lot easier to understand. Everyone can create a cryptocurrency, even the people with bad intentions. And sadly, there have been a lot of them. Some people create crypto coins solely to scam others out of their hard-earned money. And a few famous influencers even promoted these coins, or way worse, were part of the scam. There is an entire YouTube channel dedicated to uncovering these scams, and honestly, his videos are pretty great. The point being, in a perfect world, new cryptocurrencies would be only introduced if they were truly innovative, but most of them are not. Still, there are some coins that are truly innovating, but even those coins can be vulnerable to pump and dumps. So even though the coin might have been created for the right reasons, people, or better yet scammers, can still manipulate the coin. For people that are not dedicating their lives to understanding crypto, all crypto can be seen as pretty scamish. That brings me to the conclusion of the video. Is crypto a scam? While the technology behind Bitcoin and some other cryptocurrencies is innovative and has enormous potential, the crypto world is full with scams, fraud and manipulation. It's a high risk, high reward market and many projects are doomed to fail. The key takeaway is this: crypto itself isn't inherently a scam, but it is a world where scams thrive. Approach it with extreme caution. Do your research obsessively and never invest more than you can afford to lose. Remember, the promise of fast money is almost always a lie. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Thank you for watching. Want to invest without risk? Invest in me by subscribing on my channel. It's absolutely free and it would mean a lot to me.